Hey everyone, it's Haley. Welcome to Momlife, Vermont. Welcome to another week in my weight loss journey. Weight loss journey at the moment. So at my last appointment with Lindsay, she made a super good, I can't even remember what it's called, but I remember the ingredients. It was corn and avocado and bean and cilantro and pepper, and it was delicious. So I really want nachos, and I want that to be on top of my nachos. I have nearly all the ingredients except for a couple spices, as well as like just red sauce. Lindsay's version didn't have red sauce, but on my nachos I'm gonna have red sauce or salsa with it. I don't know why I'm calling it red sauce. I guess that's where the journey this week starts, is right there. My legs still hurt like a biatch from last week. We will see how this week goes in regards to that. My goal is to get to the gym again at least on Friday, maybe before then, maybe after then, but at least one day this week I'm gonna get to the gym, do another mile, try and do at least 5 miles while I'm at the gym, and maybe throw in some other things that as I was saying that, I got very anxious about the whole thing. So the goal is to get to the gym to at least run a mile. The other stuff is completely extra. We go back this week to see Andrew on Friday, and I really hope that the scale says something different. Ooh, I do have to say, when I was putting on my clothes today to start my day, I felt beautiful. I don't know if they fit better or what, but it made me feel good. So I think I had said I was going to do some food tutorials and things like that throughout this week. This one's actually going to be like embedded in the week in the life, so you're welcome. The rest of them you can find on the channel throughout the next couple of weeks. So it'll be some squash as well as some other fun stuff I can think of. There'll probably be a lot of Googling and Pinteresting my meals over the next couple of days. But right now I'm making a salad to go with my nachos. Now, it's not going to be a traditional salad. There's no lettuce in it. This is more of a salsa without any sauce. The things that are going into this are black beans and corn. Those are currently sitting in the refrigerator cooling off because I had to warm up the corn because it was frozen. And right now I'm going to be cutting up some other veggies. I have an onion, I have some tomatoes, I have some cilantro, 2 avocados, I may add a third, and then I have some green pepper. And then I'm also thinking about adding ham to it. I haven't quite decided, but at this point, let's get cutting. This is the bowl that has the corn and the black beans in it. It's 1 can of black beans and 1 microwavable bag of corn. Trying to use new things. Never in my life have I ever bought fresh herbs, but here they are, so we're gonna put it in it. There is the salad. It is good, it's delicious. The cilantro, the fresh cilantro definitely makes it perfect. Now I'm gonna make my nachos like I normally would, and I'm gonna put some salsa and then the salad on it, and it is gonna be delicious. So that's what we're gonna have tonight. Chips with melted cheese. I put some ham on it. I have the salad underneath, and I have some salsa on top. I want you guys to know that my legs still hurt from my run on Friday, but my goal here is another 45-minute workout.
that we've been real trouble. So I go about its format just.
Good morning. So I meant to tell you a little bit about yesterday's workout session yesterday, but my phone died. So here we are, the next morning. Happy Monday. So yesterday's workout session was good/bad. So I wanted to do this really hard cardio, which ended up being super hard, but the video wouldn't load fast enough. So every time the video would stop, I'd kind of revert to Leslie Sanson's walking, and I was doing lots of like power walking and side steps and kicks and back kicks, and I was just trying to keep myself going, and I was doing 30-second intervals there. So I would do something for 30 seconds, walk for 30 seconds, do something for 30 seconds, walk for 30 seconds, and then I shifted and I turned back on the cardio whenever I felt like it had loaded enough. I ended up doing 20 to 30 minutes of the actual cardio video, but it was probably over the course of about an hour, and during that hour I was walking in between. So the goal was really like to keep my heart rate going and just to keep moving. So I felt really good and happy about myself that I did that kind of all on my own, with the fact that the YouTube was not loading properly. And I think I've talked about this a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but I want to talk about the excuses that I'm no longer letting be excuses. So yesterday, prime example, the YouTube wasn't loading, so why work out? That would have typically been my mindset. Not that I'd ever, like, the fact that I was even working out using YouTube was a step in the right direction. But if it wasn't loading, I wasn't going to do it. My clothes, my proper workout clothes weren't clean, I wasn't going to do it. So just kind of taking those excuses that I would have normally had and just saying they're not going to be excuses anymore. I'm just going to do what I need. I'm going to work out, I'm going to eat healthy, and I'm not going to let those excuses that have all been like the excuses forever creep into my life, and I'm not going to let them be excuses. I'm going to use those excuses and kind of take them to be like, all right, my normal excuse would be sit down and watch YouTube. Well, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to just keep walking. I'm going to keep myself in the fat burning zone, and I'm going to get it done. I hope you guys are enjoying this week's video, and I will see you guys later. Today is a work at work day, so 10,000 steps is the goal. I'm walking. As you can tell, I'm walking. I'm kind of happy I didn't realize it was slightly raining out, because I don't know if I would have walked. But I actually have to go to the bank today, so it kind of made the perfect walk. I'm not sure how far it is from the building I work in, which is right here, over to the bank, but I'm just gonna say it's probably about a mile round trip, but we will find out for sure, since I am mapping my walk using a fancy dancy little app on my phone. I do have the Fitbit, but I believe the Fitbit version that I got, which is the Versa Lite, doesn't have GPS capabilities. Also doesn't have stair capabilities, so it never quite knows that I go up lots of stairs all day. Walking. Remember the really good food I made yesterday? That's called Cowboy Caviar. I'm not sure why it's called caviar, because isn't that like snails? But that's what it's called. I actually found the instructions to that recipe after I'd actually made dinner yesterday. I had some for lunch. I might have a little bit more before I leave today, but I'm also like, this is just really good and really filling. Talking about this is making me think about excuses. I have been very good at making excuses as why I can't work out, or why I can't eat healthy, or why I'm the way I am right now. And I am slowly realizing that very good excuses at the time, they are just excuses. There's always something around that excuse. So a couple of the excuses that I've kind of said are no longer going to be excuses, and I've actually put that into action over the last couple of weeks, is one, eating healthy. I used to have the excuse of I don't have a stove, I don't have an oven. Ours are broken right now, we're remodeling. The recipe I made yesterday, that cowboy caviar, required no cooking. I did warm up the corn in the microwave due to the fact that it was frozen, but if that had been canned corn, then it would have been completely uncooked. Telling myself that the fact that I don't have a stove or an oven was 100% an excuse on not to eat healthy. Now I can't use it as an excuse. I can make healthy, good food without using a stove and or a oven. I do have a convection oven that I can make small portions of things in, as well as a microwave that does some really great things. And I have learned things that I don't like in the microwave, boxed mac and cheese, rice, things like that. So then I'm trying to find other options that I can cook while I'm at home. So that's an excuse I'm not making for myself anymore. The other one, I'm gonna start walking. I just feel like I'm shaking you around. The other excuse that I have been mindful of and mindful of no longer allowing as an excuse is the fact that I don't have the time and or the money to work out. How can that be an excuse? I have now been working out for 2 weeks, and really only one day, which was going to the gym on Friday, would have actually cost me any money if I didn't have a gift certificate. Since I had a gift certificate, it was completely free. But I am using YouTube to search for my workouts. YouTube has a whole assortment of things. It is good to have some idea of what might be bad or what might be good workouts, because I do think you probably could severely hurt yourself if you picked a workout that wasn't good or wasn't what you needed. So I think just going online, trial and error your way through some of the YouTube stuff, as well as talking to your doctor. I don't think I would have ever gone online to look up things if I hadn't talked to my wellness coaches and them kind of pointed me in the direction of good workouts versus bad workouts, such as I'm very mindful, is this video I'm watching from this person their only workout video? Is this somebody whose whole channel is about it? Does this person possibly have a website, or do they have exercise videos that are actually videotapes that you can go buy? You can do some of that. You can find them on YouTube for free. And I also really like that with the YouTube and kind of doing it at home, I can do it when I want to. I don't have to feel pressured to get into the gym because the gym is only open till X amount of time. I'm thinking Saturday I did a 45-minute workout because I felt really pumped after my run. I just want to make sure I'm getting to the point where I can do a mile, 2 miles, a 5-mile run without feeling like I'm going to die. Hey everyone, it's Haley. You already knew that. So I have kind of been trying to talk myself out of working out today for about the last 15 to 20 minutes to an hour. And I have no idea why I've been being like, no, you can just lie here, you can just stay here. I mean, I know I'm tired. I was cuddling with Kenza and I was putting her to bed, and that's really what got me to thinking I should just stay there. I got up, I pushed some shoes on, and I am going to work out. I'm going to do a cardio workout today. It's from the Body Project on YouTube. I tried theirs yesterday and it kicked my butt. This one I feel like is an easier one. It's more of a moderate style, I guess. I'm gonna do that. And it's interesting. I think what really got me up off the couch just now and not continuing to talk myself out of working out was the fact that I was already thinking about ways to work out tomorrow. And I was like, all right, tomorrow's a work at home day, although now I think about it, it's a weird work at home day, but that's a story for a minute. So I was like, all right, so I can walk tomorrow during the day, and then I can get a good workout in the afternoon. So kind of thinking about doing my Leslie walk at home and at lunchtime, and then doing a cardio workout in the afternoon to get my steps in, seeing how work at home days tend to be more difficult. So as I was making a plan for the next day, I was like, just get up now. Just get up now and go for a walk. Do some exercises. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting up, I'm going for a walk.
Body project, cardio stuff, so let's just get marching on the spot, get going.
extra 10 seconds on that last little squat. Oh, my legs hurt. As much as I wanted to quit, I just did that whole 35-minute workout, so I'm very happy about that. And if you guys were wondering why I wanted to, like, was talking myself out of working out earlier, it was because I met my 10,000 steps, like, at work. I feel like a couple days ago I was like, I just need to do a little bit extra, and then I realized that it was more extra, but in reality it was just a little bit extra. I was just so out of practice and didn't do anything that it just seemed like a lot. I think now I'm just more mindful of being like, oh, I have to walk to get coffee, let me make it a fast brisk walk so I get my heart rate up. So I'm kind of burning fat as I'm doing those things. Tomorrow's gonna be a much easier day, I think. I've done cardio for, I've worked out every day except for Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's a lot of days. I'm definitely probably gonna take Thursday off again. I don't really know what's gonna happen, but come along on the adventure. For some reason, I feel like I'm a crazy person because I'm working out and I'm exercising. And I guess it's so far from who I've been for the last couple of years that I'm just like, who am I? Who's this girl that, like, is taking her lunch break to drive into town in order to walk outside because it's a nice day? That's not me. That was not the me of 3 weeks ago. It's just ridiculous, some of the changes that have been made in such a short period of time. And I want to. One of the things that I was doing earlier is I was I was writing a list of things I want to talk to Andrew. Slight update with life. Friday I was supposed to have an appointment with my wellness coach, Andrew. We rescheduled that wellness appointment for tomorrow. Earlier today I was making a note of things I want to talk to Andrew about, and a lot of them have to do with the amount of exercise I'm doing and the types of exercises I'm doing, such as what's a good balance of, I think I said this earlier, cardio to stretching to resting, and then also is there too much exercise? Like, if I decide that I want to do a 2-hour power hours, not 1 hour, 2 hours, is that a bad thing? Because I'm worried. Last week I was worried I would fail, and this week I'm worried that I'm doing too much or I'm getting too obsessed with it. But maybe that's a good thing. You guys let me know down in the comments how you feel about it. But those are the things I'm looking to talk to Andrew about this week. And also I'm really excited to see what the scale says. I am a little worried because I thought I had till Friday to lose some more weight, but I have until tomorrow. So at least I worked out the last 3 days really, really hard. Now, what I'm doing is I'm here in St. Albans. I'm here in downtown St. Albans. There is a beautiful park here in downtown. It is about 50 degrees here today, which is very uncommon. It's probably been in the 20s, 30s, snowing the last couple of weeks. So it's very nice to have a 50-degree day, and I've decided that I'm going to take this opportunity and I'm going to go for a walk. My goal is actually to do a mile, but I have no idea how many times I have to walk around the park. Do I walk around the park once? We'll see. I'm thinking I want to do 2 to 3 loops, but I don't know how many miles that actually is. Right now, step-wise, I have 2,000 steps, but most of those I think have been like waving my hands around and like chair dancing while I was working today. So not a whole lot of steps, I think, in that 2,000. But let's hope we get to 5,000 on the walk today, and we'll go from there, right? So we're good, we're happy, we're healthy. Good afternoon, everyone. So, I just stepped on a bag full of squash entails, and it was the most weird sensation on my foot. So if that gives you any indication, I'm having squash for dinner. I just put it in to the convection oven that we have. It is maple and honey coated acorn squash. There is going to be a video, might have been posted by now, of me making this, so As for the walk earlier, I did just over a mile. No, I did just about a mile, but I got very distracted on my walk, so it wasn't like the fastest, most brisk walk, partly because the decorations were so beautiful, so I had to film a holiday video in the middle of my exercise. Multitasking, and that's what you gotta do around here. You have to multitask. I think earlier I had mentioned that I was going to be taking it easy tonight. And yeah, I just don't think that's gonna happen because all of a sudden when I was looking up what I wanted to do for a workout, I found a 1 hour almost like Zumba aerobic dance workout. That's what I've decided to do today. And I'm doing that. It's kind of like the perfect timing because I'm doing that now. It's about an hour long. When I'm done working out, my squash will be ready, so I'll be able to have dinner. It'll work out perfect. And then tomorrow, as I said, I'm going to see Andrew. I'm going to chat with him about better exercise practicing to make better exercise practices to make sure that I'm not overdoing it or underdoing it, and making sure I understand how much rest I need and how much, because I just don't want to do too much and then hurt myself, or do too much and then end up failing because I can't keep it up. So I just want to talk about that perfect balance with him tomorrow, but obviously today is not a balanced day. I'm gonna go work out for an hour. I'm gonna do a little dancing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do some stretches because my calf hurts. So I'm driving myself to my wellness appointment right now, my appointment with Andrew, and I was just sitting here and I was just kind of thinking about, oh my goodness, I can't believe, if you didn't know, I was on my period, so I'm slightly emotional and they're all coming out right now. And as I was driving, I was just kind of thinking about the changes that I've made in the last, I mean, this is week 4 of me really trying. And just some of the changes that I've noticed in myself in these weeks, especially this week, is bonkers. Things that I just thought were so hard and so unattainable, and things that I would never be able to do, to actually see that I'm doing them and they're not really that hard at all. And like the things that I think about, like right off the top of my head, is my Fitbit. Ooh, I forgot the Fitbit. But my Fitbit, I look back at the stats on that thing and I remember feeling like, I can't believe that people get 10,000 steps. 10,000 steps every day is so unattainable. It's the hard, like I just thought it was the hardest thing and something that I would never be able to do. And right now I'm on this would be day 4, no, Saturday, Sunday, no. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this would be day 4. If today I reach 10,000 steps, I would be at 10,000 steps for 4 days in a row. That is just ridiculous. Yesterday, when it was nice enough outside, me thinking like, I can go for a walk. Let's head to Taylor Park and go for a walk. Never in my life do I think I've ever thought that before. And maybe I've thought like, hey, it's nice out, let's go for a walk, but I never thought just because I wanted to get in some steps and I wanted to exercise that I would think about going to the park. It's just crazy. And then yesterday, the dinner that I had, like thinking back on it, I was like, who is this girl? Who is this girl that like put together this really good, it's called Cowboy Caviar, I believe. And like, how is it possible that I made that and I've been eating it for 4 days and it's good for me and it's healthy and I absolutely love it, and I'm trying to figure out ways that I can eat more of it, like what else can I put it in, because I feel like eating it with the chips, which is what I originally, why Lindsay showed it to me. now I'm trying to figure out, like, can I put it in wraps? Can I do this? I also know that I'm going to be buying more fresh herbs. I have always gotten in those little things that you dump in, and I thought that was great. But no, the fresh stuff is perfect. Oh, just, I guess I needed a little cry sesh there, and just to, like, really kind of, like, commend myself on, in the last, I mean, this is the last 3 weeks, this is week 4, just the things that I've been able to accomplish. I mean, I did a 60-minute workout yesterday. Mind you, yesterday's workout, there was stuff on the floor that I was like, I am not doing that. Although I did the last thing, which were burpees, and I've never done those before in my life, and I'm quite proud of myself. I get my crying out here, so hopefully I'm not, like, crying in front of Andrew. Just met with Andrew, and it's just, the scale didn't move. The number on the scale didn't move. Sorry about the weird shadow. Is that better? So, yeah, I just met with Andrew, and the number on the scale didn't move, and I wasn't as heartbroken about it as I was the week before. I was just, I mean, so we weigh myself, and then we go into a room and we chat. So once we actually got into that room and chatted, and I just kind of started spewing all the amazing things I feel like I have done and I've accomplished. Like, I have severely changed my life in some ways. I'm thinking about walking. I'm being mindful of walking. I'm being mindful of exercising. I want to exercise every day. Every time I think of talking myself out of working out, I go, no, work out, prove yourself wrong, prove to yourself that you can do this. Every time I decide to do a workout, I'm very mindful of the fact that I want to finish that workout and do everything in my power to get through that workout. One thing that Andrew and I talked about today, which I think is something very good that I needed to hear, was when I work out, it is better to do a really, really good, let's say 20-minute workout than doing a mediocre hour-long workout. So that was really good to hear, because yesterday I did an hour workout, and there were definitely parts of it where I was just kind of like doing blah because it was a little bit too much. I think I'm going to go back to a max of a 45-minute workout and basically do a 20 to 45-minute workout, 20 being those really, really big cardio ones, and the 45-minute being maybe a little bit of cardio or some modifiers in there as I'm doing this cardio. It's just a really good appointment. I got some stretches for my calf. I don't know if I've told you guys, but my calf has been bothering me, and I guess it started bothering me. It just felt tight during the run, and I even stopped during the run to stretch it, and then my whole body hurt, so I kind of had forgotten about it, or it was just part of the normal pain that I was in from that exercise. And here I am, it's Wednesday now, not quite a week later, and my body's feeling good for the most part, but my calf still just kind of has this ache or this feeling in it. In regards to this journey, I have felt as though the exercising has become easier. I'm getting those steps a little bit faster. I just think I'm being mindful of how fast I'm walking, when I'm walking, getting in a walk when I can, and doing that exercising. And I don't feel like I've been as successful at the food portion of this journey. Some of that I think has to do with the fact that bad foods do sneak in, meaning I had a soda, I ate a bag of chips at some point last week. The whole bag of chips, a big bag of chips. Although those things are happening, I'm not letting them dictate the rest of the food I eat, which means traditional Haley would have had a cupcake, and since I had a cupcake and the day was already ruined for a diet, I would continue to eat bad. Now it's kind of very localized to that bad item. So, and I'm really only doing it at home. I was actually grazing or snacking all day at work and all day at home, and now it's very localized really to home and evenings, because even though I'm working at home a lot of the time, I don't feel like I do very bad during the day. It's just in the evenings. I just need to be more mindful of what I'm eating and what I'm choosing, and making sure that I'm like making foods early enough, and then making sure that I have healthy snacks in the afternoon, in the evenings, because I feel like if I eat too early, I'm hungry at night, and if I don't eat early enough, I eat late and then I snack during the day. I don't know. And then today I'm mad that I don't have my little step counter on, because I feel like I'm losing my steps, but We're doing a 5-mile walk with Leslie tonight, this afternoon, here in a little while. Quick and easy, 15 minutes later. You probably just saw I'm making broccoli, and the broccoli has been in the little oven that we use, which is Messy Kitchen right there, for a very long time. So maybe I'm doing it wrong. I didn't look at a recipe. I just heard I could bake it, so I spiced it up and I put it in the oven. So it doesn't seem to be cooking, or it's not getting gushy, squishy enough. Typically I eat my broccoli or cauliflower boiled, and I've heard that that just makes the nutrients seep out of it, so it's better to bake it. I'm giving that a try, and in reality I have no way to actually boil it the way I typically would want, because our stove and oven doesn't work at the moment. I've also felt a little bit bad about myself since my appointment today. I was so, like, I had these moments of like such inspiration as I was on my way to the wellness coach, and like it was just so startling, like the things that I had done to change my life and to like make things better. But then when I was there and I didn't see the scale move, it made me sad. But then I got to tell Andrew about all the good things I had done, so I was in this good place. And then I got home and really started thinking about it. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to keep my motivation to keep going, but the number on the scale definitely has me feeling unmotivated. I just need to like get myself out of that place of like the scale doesn't matter. I have to think about how much energy I have and how much better I feel and those things, and keep those in mind. But I think we all have that moment where the scale sometimes just matters as much as we don't want it to. Needless to say, I'm not eating the broccoli today. Sully is. Welcome to another day in the life of me. I felt like yesterday when I met with Andrew, I was really hyped, although the scale didn't move, and then I got very sad because the scale didn't move once I was like alone by myself and able to reflect on all of it. And I still feel like I'm gonna give up if I don't see the scale move, and I want to be very mindful of that because I don't want to give up, because there's so many benefits of it outside of losing weight. Today is a good day. I started off by making sure I brought lunch with me to work, so that is a plus. I'm very bad at bringing lunch. Typically, I would not bring lunch, and then if I didn't have money to buy lunch, I would snack. So the fact that I brought lunch was like a step in the right direction. One of the things that Andrew made me conscious of yesterday is I've already started to form new habits in the last 3 to 4 weeks that I've been doing this, such as looking at the vegetable aisle department at the grocery store, getting out and walking every day. Like, there are just habits that I'm creating, and feels good. I wish I was in better spirits. I was very terrified when the story I'm about to tell you was happening, because I was fearful that it was going to ruin the progress that I had made, and possibly, sorry about the pump. Back to my story. The story I'm about to tell you, as it was happening, I was so fearful that it was going to like stop the journey I'm on to lose weight, as well as possibly severely affect my ability to run a marathon. That's how scared I was. And it also makes me think about how important this journey is for me, and it just sometimes takes that little bit of scariness to get that. Today on my way home from work, when I got home from work, I was parking my car, and then I got out of my car, and the one thing that I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, since it has snowed here and then not snowed and then rained and melted. It's gotten very wet, so our driveway has gotten very torn up. So as I was driving into our driveway, the car was going like this, and I ended up parking my car slightly on a tilt, which I didn't think that much of because I've done it before. There is a rock that is also in the driveway, which is what I think I was really on, but the ruts didn't kind of help me in the positioning onto this rock. Anyway, I was getting out of the car, and the drop, the step down, the drop, as I'm about to call it, from the driver's seat to get my foot out was about 6 inches longer than I was used to. I stepped out of the vehicle. I kind of fell out of the vehicle, and the rock I had mentioned earlier, there's several other smaller rocks that are friends with that rock. The vehicle was parked on the big rock. I fell a little bit onto the ground because of that 6 extra inches. I smashed into one of the little friendly rocks and twisted myself onto the ground and smashed my knee on the little rock. And as I was on the ground, screaming in agony because it hurt so bad, I thought I was never going to be able to get up. I thought that I was down forever and I was going to forget how to exercise and just need to be bedridden for days and days and days while the knee healed. And I was like, I'm gonna have to have surgery and I'm just never gonna run again. And all of those thoughts ran through my mind in about 10 seconds, because slowly you just, after the shock of the fall, you do start getting up from those things. And while my knee hurt and throbbed, it was not something that was broken, I guess, which is, I think, my instant reaction to the fall. And the rest of me was rather fine. So I walked myself inside, I took off my clothes, looked at the damage. I have a scraped knee, a little bit of a black and blue, and my knee hurts. But it's not hurting to the point where I can't walk. So at this point, now that it's been a little bit while and I've been able to get up and walk, it is more of like a nuancy pain right now where I'm like, oh, I notice my knee exists, where typically you don't notice certain body parts exist until they hurt. So there's that. It does hurt a little bit if I'm doing back kicks, which you guys have seen a lot of. It hurts a little bit with the knee bending like that. And so that was the adventure there. And the one thing I am noticing now is I'm having a little bit of a lower back pain on the same side that I smashed my knee. Not sure if it's related or unrelated, but I'm very interested to see how I feel going forward, how I'm going to feel tomorrow. The goal for tomorrow was actually to get to the gym and use the elliptical for the first time. And I don't know. So I'm at the point where I'm like, am I just looking for an excuse not to work out today? Or is it actually painful enough where I shouldn't? I think I'm going to try and do something today and something tomorrow. Like
something tomorrow too.
Oh, okay. You want to say hi?
Hi. Hi, Mom.
So yeah, that's the story. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm making some good dinner. What else happened at work besides that scary story? Oh, I never actually did my walk today just because work got busy, which sometimes does happen. But I think I'm at a good number of steps. When I got home, it said I had like 2,000 left. I have 2,200 left, so not that many, but I'm going to try and get in a little workout and just be mindful of the way my back feels. This is me stretching my back. And the way my knee feels from the new injury. Also being mindful of my calf, which has been hurting, as well as my heel. So I guess week 4 is just full of pains. Some of them directly related to what I've been doing, and then some of them just directly related to being a human and falling. Alright guys, so there you go. Life update. Exercise update. Let's keep it going even if I have bumps in the road, because on this journey I bet this is not going to be the first one. I just have to remember to keep moving. morning, welcome. It's morning here, the day after the fall. My knee feels good, my back is still questionable. I have everything to go to the gym still. I'm planning on going to the gym. I'm definitely gonna take it easy. I don't wanna hurt my back more, but I'm very happy that my knee feels better. But I'm actually gonna show you the scene of the crime. So my car is slightly leaning. I got out of the car right here. This is the big rock I'm talking about, and that is the little rock. So I fell a little bit down to here, tripped all up into here, and smacked my knee on that in the end. So we're gonna do better now. Right now I'm sitting outside of the gym and I want to work out and I don't want to be full of excuses, but I definitely feel like there are excuses that I'm thinking about right now that seem like really good excuses. For example, I took my metformin today and then I ate something and now my stomach feels bad and I'm like, all right, do I go work out? Because I really just feel like I need to poop, but once I poop, I feel better. Maybe working out will make the poop come out. I don't really know. That was very personal, but my stomach hurts. I found a hole in my leggings in the crotch area and I was like, can't work out. And these things I think all would have been definite. And then my back still hurts a little bit. So all of these things would have 100% been excuses that would have I would have believed them and I wouldn't have worked out. I'm trying really hard not to use them as excuses right now, but I'm also being mindful of the fact there might be some excuses that need to happen, such as if I severely hurt my back, then my back could definitely be a reason why I don't work out to the fullest. But anyway, I'm at the gym today. My plan is to go inside. I'm not going to get on the treadmill or run. That's a lie. I'm planning on getting on the treadmill and running, but I'm not going to be as rough as last week. My goal is to do the elliptical, do the bike, get a couple of vlogs edited. I think it's going to be a good day. So let's head on inside. I think since I showed you some stuff at the gym, I feel like I didn't do a lot at the gym. I did a lot. So I walked for probably about 3 miles. I alternated between 3 miles per hour and 4 miles per hour, which might not seem like a lot, but my feet hurt a little bit today, which is something that hasn't happened in a while, I guess. And what else did I do? I did the bike for about 20 minutes. I was hoping to edit while I was on the bike, but it got very hard. I ended up having to just stop, finish my video, and then leave. Because at that point I'd actually finished the amount of biking I needed to do. I ended up not doing the elliptical because I hopped on the treadmill to do about a mile walk and I was just really feeling it, so I decided to keep that up. And since I wasn't running, I felt like it was probably a little bit better than the running on the treadmill. The cat is just playing with rocks. But maybe that explains why my feet hurt. So next week, which I'm hoping to get there once a week, usually on Fridays. Actually next Friday is not gonna happen. So maybe next Thursday I'll go because I'm home on Thursday. Yeah, I'm home on Thursday. So maybe next Thursday, bring Kensley to daycare, go work out for a very long time. We'll see. Anyway, maybe I will do the elliptical on that day and see if that makes my feet and my legs feel better. My calf feels pretty good. But as for today, one thing that I felt like I was very mindful of and tried to do really, really well was not let any of the bad things that I felt like had happened to me throughout the day today affect my ability to go work out. And these were not bad things. I'll tell you what they were in a minute. They were just things that would have typically prevented me from going to work out. The first one, the fact that my back was still hurting after the fall yesterday. So I was like, is this bad enough to prevent me from actually going to the gym? The second was the fact that my stomach wasn't feeling well. In reality, once I started working out, my stomach started to feel a lot better. 2, that was 2. 3, I found a hole in my leggings. I found a lot of holes in my leggings. These leggings are not good for working out anymore. And 4. I never put deodorant on. I was getting pretty stinky. I could go deodorant less, like never use it, and not smell as bad as I did today. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the last day of the week. It is a lovely, beautiful Saturday. It actually is lovely and beautiful. 2 days this week, almost 3 days this week, it has been 40 to 50 degrees outside, and that is balmy in Vermont right now. It is December when I'm filming this. On this journey that I've been taking, one of the things that I've been trying to do is like taking advantage of those days where it is nice out and I can walk outside, because as much as I love watching YouTube channels and searching for various workouts, sometimes it's nice to get out of my living room / kitchen. I'm actually here. I'm here at the rail trail today. It's pretty close to my house. Kensley and I took an adventure here a little while ago. There would be a video, I believe, of it at this point. Not sure what the trail looks like in terms of, it's not going to be snowy. All the snow is melted, but how wet is it? Is there lots of puddles? Things like that I'm not 100% sure of. So I do have my sneakers here in the car, but I don't think I'm going to change into them. I'm going to leave my boots on, but then that also brings up the fact that these boots sometimes do make my feet hurt the longer I walk in them. So I think I'm going to do about a mile. The nice thing about the rail trail is there are mile and half-mile markers on the trail. I can kind of get a gauge of how far I've gone. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, it's 3 o'clock and I've only got 1,600 steps, so it hasn't been a very good day to this point. But you always can change the day around. You just got to start. It's when you don't start that is the problem, right? That is what the problem is. And I did just want to say that I've done terrible. 100% terrible on my diet today. I totally went back to old Haley. I was just eating and snacking all day. I haven't had a full meal, and here it is 3 o'clock. So there's that. But like, there's always changing it around. I pulled out some meat for dinner. Kensley's spending the night with grandparents tonight. It's just a Kenny and I night, which sometimes allows me to make some experiments that I wouldn't necessarily do with Kensley because she wouldn't eat them. I think I'm going to try the buttercup squash, I believe it is today. There'll be a whole separate video on that because that's one of the 5 foods I'm trying this month to make that I've never actually had before. Although the morning has been bad, or it's come to a slow start for a Saturday, I am here now at 3 o'clock changing that, so here we go. So I actually decided to change my shoes before I came out. And the only reason I did that was the gentleman who came into the parking lot as I was coming to the parking lot, who had just came off the trail, was in his off-roading biking gear, and it definitely looked like he wasn't very wet. It wasn't like he was covered in mud, which was a very good possibility with the type of weather that we've had. So I changed my shoes and I'm just getting my walk on. I don't really know my pace at this point, although I know I started at 3:27, and we'll see at what point I make it to a mile. So let's go. Half-mile mark there. The 3 was actually back there. I never took a picture of it, but just know we went half a mile. And I do see some people up here, and I feel like I want to walk past them a little ways and then turn around at that point. Maybe even make it to the 2-mile marker. We'll see. That mile marker seemed so far away. For some reason, I feel like the 3 and the 2.5 are close together, but the 2.5 and the 2 are far apart. And I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that I have walked the beginning half of this mile before, and I've never walked the back half of the mile. But there are lots of people. There's somebody behind me with their dog. I passed a family with their dog, and now there's a new woman with her dog walking towards me. I just did 2 miles, a little over 2 miles, because the mile, so we start at mile 3 and go back, because the head of the trail is 3 miles in the direction I was walking, and to the parking area is maybe a 1/10 of a mile. I have no idea on distance, but either way I did a little more than 2 miles, and it took me about 40 minutes, no, 50 minutes. It took me 50 minutes, so about a 25-minute mile. Yeah. Anyway, you do what you do. But hey, I got out there. My right foot, the foot that has had a hurt calf, a hurt heel recently, is like kind of numb right now. So that's an interesting sensation. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this week. I will see you guys next week.